Fortunately, the vast majority of bond hearings out of the Tacoma Immigration Court are sham hearings.
Kathleen Pritchard is one of the attorneys who represented Marta Escalante Perez. She was detained last August while on her way to work in Woodburn. Marta, originally from Guatemala, has been in the U.S. for around a decade before her detainment, seeking asylum.
She suffered 2 instances of gang rapes when she was a minor child. And she was actually previously in removal proceedings, which the government, DHS, chose to close. They chose to close the case against her, finding that it was no longer in the government's interest to prosecute a removal case against her.
Immigration enforcement detained dozens of people last year in the Woodburn area during large sweeps.
They're just regular family members. They're on their way to work, they're on their way to drop off their kids to school, or just doing what they have to do to survive.
A statement from DHS earlier this year claimed the mom of 2 was previously convicted of driving under the influence and that she would receive full due process. KGW was not able to find evidence of that conviction.
We have found no record of any DUI that Marta has on her record. We found no record of any criminal history for Marta.
Her attorney says that due process did not happen, which led them to file a habeas corpus petition.
One of the central theories in that habeas petition was that a bond hearing that Marta had in December of 2025 had violated her due process rights. In Marta's case, her hearing was conducted without being recorded. There was no transcript. There was no written decision from the immigration judge.
Marta was marked as a flight risk by the judge, which court documents argue was an abuse of discretion. On Tuesday, a U.S. district judge ordered the immediate release of Marta.
We believed, and the federal court agreed, that due process requires more.
Her attorney says overall in recent months, they have seen a significant drop in detentions, but both her and community activism groups say there's more work to be done.
We hope to see that continue, but in the meantime, we are still working hard to file habeas petitions like the one in Marta's case to continue to ensure that folks that were swept up in the significant detentions that we saw over the fall get out of detention.
Out of the dozens and dozens of detentions that have happened, not enough releases are happening.
So I reached out to DHS multiple times today for comment regarding Marta's detainment and release, but I have not yet heard back. Christine?
Appreciate the update. Celine Stevens reporting live from downtown Portland. Thank you, Celine.